Brain Gym for the Young at Heart. 5 fun exercises to stay sharp. After 55, the secret to a young mind. Aging doesn't mean slowing down. On the contrary, it means reinventing yourself. Studies from Harvard University show that learning new skills, even after 55, stimulates neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to create new connections. And the most surprising part? Just 5 minutes a day of brain gym exercises can help keep your mind young, active, and full of energy. This is the story of Mr. Thomas, age 68, a retired accountant, grandfather to 2 curious granddaughters, and owner of a dormant curiosity that was about to awaken. 5 exercises, 1 transformation, and living proof that it's never too late to start. Mr. Thomas, I thought my best days were behind me. Today, I know, they were just beginning. Mental challenges, crosswords, and logic games. The first step of Brain Gym is simple. Challenge your brain with mental activities. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, logic games, anything that stimulates reasoning and memory. Research from the University of Edinburgh found that people who regularly engage in mental puzzles show slower rates of cognitive decline. But for Mr. Thomas, this wasn't just about science, it was about connection. Mr. Thomas. When I started, I felt lost. Words seemed to escape my mind like water through my fingers. I'd stare at a simple clue and draw a complete blank. It was frustrating, honestly. But my granddaughter Emma, 14 years old, sat beside me one Saturday morning and said, "Grandpa, I'll teach you." That's when everything changed. She showed me techniques I'd never considered, working backwards from the longer words, looking for patterns in the letter counts. At first, I made more mistakes than I can count, but Emma never made me feel foolish. She'd just laugh and say, "Good try. Let's figure this one out together." Emma? He'd get so competitive. At first, it took him forever to complete one puzzle, but within 2 weeks, he was finishing them faster than me. I had to step up my game. Narrator. Within days, Thomas began noticing changes. His mind felt sharper, more alert. Words came easier in conversations. He wasn't just playing games, he was rewiring his brain, building new neural pathways with every puzzle solved. The beauty of mental challenges is their accessibility. Whether it's a newspaper crossword, a mobile app, or a classic puzzle book, these exercises require no special equipment, just curiosity and consistency. Mr. Thomas. The best part? Emma and I now have Puzzle Saturdays. It's become our thing. She brings coffee, I bring the crosswords, and we spend hours together. I'm exercising my brain while building memories with my granddaughter. That's priceless. Educational insert. Practical tip. Just 10 minutes daily of mental challenges helps improve attention span and working memory. Studies show that regular puzzle solving can delay memory decline by up to 2.5 years. Exercise 2. Learn something new. Recipes and instruments. The second exercise is learning something completely new. When your brain breaks routine, it activates underused regions, strengthening neural connections and building what scientists call cognitive reserve. For Mr. Thomas, this meant stepping into completely unfamiliar territory, his own kitchen. Mr. Thomas. I've always been terrible at cooking. My late wife, Margaret, handled everything. After she passed, I lived on microwave dinners and takeout for 3 years. But one evening, watching a cooking show, I thought, why not learn a recipe? The first attempt was an absolute disaster. I tried making chocolate chip cookies with my younger granddaughter, Lily, who's 7. I forgot half the ingredients, added salt instead of sugar to one batch, and burned the first tray so badly we had to open every window in the house. I felt defeated, ready to give up. Lily. But I told him, "Grandpa, we can make more. It's fun, even when they're burnt." She had flour in her hair and chocolate on her nose, and she was grinning from ear to ear. Mr. Thomas. So we tried again, and again. We laughed. We made a mess. And by the fourth attempt, those cookies were delicious. More importantly, I'd learned something. My brain had formed new pathways, new memories. Now I cook twice a week. Sometimes recipes from online videos, sometimes dishes Margaret used to make that I'm recreating from memory. Last month, I even started learning guitar. My son Michael bought me a used acoustic, and I practice for 20 minutes before bed. My fingers are clumsy, and my chords sound terrible, but I'm improving. That's what matters. Narrator. Learning activates curiosity, and curiosity keeps the mind young. When we learn new skills, particularly complex ones involving fine motor skills or multiple senses, we create dense networks of neurons. For Thomas, the kitchen became a laboratory of discovery, every recipe an experiment in neuroplasticity. Educational insert. Practical tip. Learning new skills. Playing an instrument, cooking, dancing, speaking a language improves concentration, creativity, and confidence. The key is choosing activities that genuinely interest you and challenge you in new ways.
Exercise 3. Physical movement and coordination. The third exercise might be the most underestimated. Moving your body, walking, dancing, swimming, gardening, physical activity. When your body moves, your brain receives more oxygen-rich blood, which improves cognitive function, mood, and memory formation. A study from the University of British Columbia found that regular aerobic exercise increases the size of the hippocampus, the brain region involved in verbal memory and learning. Mr. Thomas, I've never been a dancer. At weddings, I was always the guy sitting at the table while everyone else hit the dance floor. But one Sunday afternoon, the girls put on music, some upbeat pop song, and literally pulled me out of my chair. Emma grabbed one hand, Lily grabbed the other, and before I knew it, I was moving. Awkwardly, sure, without rhythm, absolutely, but I was laughing harder than I had in years. And I felt ... alive. That lightness, that freedom of just moving without thinking too much about it was liberating. Michael's son, seeing my dad dance was surreal. He's always been serious, reserved. After Mum passed, he became even more withdrawn. But now, he's the first one up when music plays. Last week at a family barbecue, he organized a dance competition with the kids. I couldn't believe it. Physical exercise, even gentle movement, improves mood through endorphin release, enhances memory consolidation during sleep, and increases overall brain volume. Thomas discovered that dance wasn't just rhythm, it was vitality, joy, and connection combined into movement. But it doesn't have to be dancing. Walking in nature, practicing Tai Chi, swimming, or even gardening provides the same benefits. The key is consistency and enjoyment. Mr. Thomas, now I walk every morning 30 minutes around the neighborhood. Sometimes Michael joins me. Sometimes I go alone with my thoughts. I notice things I never saw before, birds, flowers, neighbors I'd never spoken to. My body feels stronger, but more importantly, my mind feels clearer. Ideas come easier during those walks. Educational insert. Practical tip. 20 minutes of daily movement improves brain oxygenation and reduces cognitive decline risk by up to 30%. Choose activities you enjoy. Consistency matters more than intensity. exercise for social connection and shared stories. The fourth exercise engages both heart and brain. Socializing, conversations, laughter, shared stories activate brain regions linked to language, emotion, and memory. Research shows that social isolation accelerates cognitive decline, while strong social connections protect brain health as powerfully as physical exercise. For lonely seniors, the risk of dementia increases by up to 50%. But for Mr. Thomas, reconnection became his greatest therapy. Mr. Thomas, after Margaret died, I withdrew. I stopped calling friends, skipped family gatherings, spent evenings alone watching television. I told myself I was fine, but truthfully, I was disappearing into isolation. Everything changed when Emma asked me to record my life stories for a school project. At first, I thought I had nothing interesting to share, but as I started talking about growing up in the 1960s, about meeting Margaret at a county fair, about my first job, about becoming a father, memories flooded back. Memories I thought I'd lost. Emma. Grandpa's stories are incredible. He met a famous musician once. He built his first house with his own hands. He traveled across the country on a motorcycle. I record everything on my phone. We're creating an audio archive for the whole family. Mr. Thomas. Now, my house is full of life again. The kids visit multiple times a week. I joined a local book club, 8 people my age who meet every Thursday. We discuss novels, argue about interpretations, laugh at each other's theories. Last month, I reconnected with 3 college friends I hadn't spoken to in 15 years. We have monthly video calls now. Thomas wasn't just exercising his brain, he was weaving a safety net of relationships, each connection strengthening his emotional and cognitive resilience. Social engagement stimulates multiple cognitive functions simultaneously: listening, processing, responding, remembering, empathizing. Michael. Dad's transformation has been remarkable. He went from someone I worried about constantly to someone who's busier than I am. His calendar is full. He's engaged, present, happy. That's all I ever wanted for him. Educational insert. Practical tip. Meaningful conversations help maintain active brains and combat isolation, which accelerates cognitive aging. Join clubs, volunteer, video call, distant friends, or simply chat with neighbors regularly.
Exercise. 5. Creativity and play. The 5th, brain. Gym exercise is creativity. Painting, writing, storytelling, singing, playing with ideas. Creative expression keeps the brain flexible and young. Creativity activates the brain's default mode network associated with imagination, spontaneous thinking, and self-reflection. Unlike routine tasks, creative activities have no correct answer, forcing the brain to explore new possibilities and make unexpected connections. Mr. Thomas. I never imagined I'd return to drawing. As a child, I loved sketching, cars, buildings, faces, but I stopped in my 20s. Real life took over, I suppose. One afternoon, I found Emma's sketchbook lying on the coffee table. On impulse, I picked up a pencil and started doodling. Nothing fancy, just simple shapes and lines. It felt wonderful. That night, I bought my own sketchbook. Emma. Now, Grandpa and I have drawing sessions. He's actually really good. He draws landscapes from memory, places he visited with Grandma. Each drawing tells a story. Mr. Thomas. Creativity became my meditation. When I draw, I'm completely present. Worries fade. Time disappears. I'm just there, pencil in hand, creating something that didn't exist before. I've also started writing. Short memories, funny incidents from my past, advice letters to my grandchildren. Nothing I plan to publish, just personal reflections. Writing helps me process emotions and preserve memories that might otherwise fade. Creativity liberates the mind from rigid thinking patterns. It encourages experimentation, risk-taking, and playfulness, qualities often lost in adulthood but essential for cognitive vitality. When combined with joy and family connection, creative expression becomes fuel for an active mind. Michael. My dad smiles again at small things. A well-drawn line, a funny memory that surfaces while writing, a song that moves him. That joy is contagious. It's spread to all of us. We're all more creative, more playful now. Dad taught us that. Educational insert. Practical tip. Any form of creative expression, even simple activities like coloring, journaling, or humming, stimulates cognition and reduces stress. The goal isn't perfection, it's exploration and enjoyment. The Gymnasium of Life. Today, at 68, Thomas is living proof that keeping your mind young isn't about age, it's about attitude. He discovered 5 exercises that transformed his daily life: mental challenges, puzzles and games that sharpen reasoning, learning new skills, cooking, instruments, anything unfamiliar, physical movement, dancing, walking, staying active, social connection, conversations, stories, relationships, creativity, and play, drawing, writing, imagining. Together, these exercises create a comprehensive brain fitness program, each reinforcing the others, building a resilient, vibrant mind. Mr. Thomas. I thought my life was winding down, but I discovered it was just shifting into a new rhythm, lighter, more joyful, more alive. My grandchildren gave me purpose. These exercises gave me tools. Together, they gave me a second chance at truly living. Age is just a number. What matters is staying curious, connected, and willing to try. Every day, I wake up excited to learn something, to create something, to share something. That's the real secret to staying young. Family in chorus. Grandpa didn't slow down. He sped up. Emma. He's the coolest 68-year-old I know. Lily. And the best cookie maker. The brain, like the heart, needs movement. 5 minutes daily is enough to start. Try it yourself. Laugh, learn, move, create, connect. Brain Gym for the young at heart. 5. Fun exercises to stay sharp. After 55, because youth is a state of mind. Research confirms what Thomas discovered through experience. Neuroplasticity never stops. Your brain can form new connections at any age. The choice to stay mentally young is yours to make, one small decision at a time. Start today. Pick one exercise. Commit to 5 minutes. Watch what happens when you give your brain the gift of challenge, novelty, movement, connection, and creativity. Your sharpest years might still be ahead of you. Final screen text. Subscribe to Mind Over Time for more inspiring stories and mental exercises that rejuvenate the soul. Mr. Thomas. Remember, it's never too late to teach an old brain new tricks. Trust me, I'm living proof.